So next we're going to look at My Cases. If you just click on the menu option here and select My Cases, and if there's X there, it'll bring you into My Cases. So it does default to recently viewed, but note there is a drop-down menu here where you can access My Community Cases, which will show you all cases, including those that are resolved, and My Community Open Cases. Please note as well that in terms of your viewing options here, what you see and what you can access depends on whether you've been set up as an administrator on Community or just as a standard user. So generally a standard user can only access their own cases, but an administrator can access cases for your brokerage. So in terms of what you can do on Community for cases, you can create cases, you can see updates that the support agent has posted on the case, you can communicate with them, and you can also close cases. So just to demonstrate how to actually create one, you'll see here there's a create new case button. Just click on it. There's a severity option here. You can select medium or high. So I'll just select medium. The reason, there's two options, a problem or a how-to. A problem generally indicates a problem with the software. So if you're getting error messages or there's a bug or some sort of issue with the software, you should tag this as problem. However, if it's a training query, if you're trying to do something and you don't know how to do it, you should log it as a how-to. So how-to is training, problem is a software issue. So in terms of the product area, you can scroll down and select the correct product. And then in the subject, just put in a general subject line. And then in the description, you can be more specific. So obviously you want to put in as much detail as possible for the support staff so they're clear on what your issue is. If you scroll down, there is a create button just here. So click it. And you can see that the support case has been created. And you can see here's the number for the support case. So in terms of options in here, you can click follow to follow the case. And you can click on discussion. And this will show you all detail that's been posted against the case. So every time a support agent does something against a case, they will normally log it. So you'll be able to see that information here in the discussion area. In addition, if you scroll down to the most recent post and go to the comment section, you'll be able to actually communicate with the support agent. So if I actually just type in my own name as an example, you can see that I come up here and you can select me and yeah, just type in your note or whatever you want to ask the support agent and click comment. So that actually goes across to them. They'll get an email with that note you've typed in, and it's also logged against the case. So if a case hasn't been updated in a couple of days, you're unsure what's going on, you can actually just come in here and just write a note to the agent in that format instead of having to call or email us. Note as well there's a search option here, a keyword search. If you put in keywords, it'll check all the posts against the case and pull them up. And there is also filtering options here if you just click on this drop down menu here. So that's how we can create a case on Community. So if we just go back to our other cases for a moment. So you can see that the case that I've logged is here, the status is new, and essentially that goes into a queue and it will be assigned to one of the support staff. If you want to get back into it, just click on the case number here and that will bring you back into the discussion area and the general information about the case. As I mentioned earlier, there's a drop down menu here. So you have viewing options. And if you wish, you can tick this box here, which will just display open cases, or My Cases will just display those in your own name. There's also a keyword search here. And again, there's display and filtering options here on the right hand side. If you do manage to resolve a case yourself, rather than leaving it open for us, if you could just go back into the case by clicking on the number here, and you can see there's an option here, close support case. So we would recommend or ask you to do that rather than leaving it open. And you can see now the case has been closed successfully. To go back to your cases again, just click on the back arrow there, and that brings you back. So My Cases is very useful on Community. You can create those cases, you can see what updates have been done, you can communicate with the agents, and you can also close the cases yourselves. So it's a very useful tool for managing and overseeing your service cases. Once you're finished in this area, just click on Apply Community, and that brings you back.